So Sims usually gets anywhere from ridicule to lambasted when he lays some of this stuff out. But I am curious, when you watch them play this year, particularly over the last month, and watch him play, if what you're about to hear from Chris Sims is starting to align more with what you're now thinking. Let's listen to Chris Sims. He was on his podcast. We're going to break this audio up into two parts. He lays out a lot. Here's the first of what he says, and he lays a lot at the feet of Jalen for culpability this season.
Everybody's blaming the coaches, and the blame deserves to be on the quarterback, and that's it. This is why you heard last week and the week before from Philadelphia beat writers that have been there forever, Seth Joyner, all these people that, there's a lot of unhappiness in the organization about the quarterback. The quarterback won't play the game in the pocket. The quarterback has hijacked the offense and won't let them run certain plays. I've been saying this for 2 years. Right now, people are starting to realize, and I'm not just saying it, I know it. I've been told by people that are there now, people that were there and left. Nick Sirianni didn't get this job because they went, man, you only have 5 plays in your offense. We want you. We want you. They run a limited offense because of the quarterback.
All right, that's Sims. Now, let me just say this. I'm not playing this on a game day to depress you. I'm playing this, one, for context of the offense. I tend to agree with a lot of what he's saying. But the other is, I think the stakes are high for Jalen tonight. He's got to get it together. And this team needs him to, because they're not what they were last year. So they need him to be more. They need him to play better. Let's listen to Sims as he continues on.
In the NFL, teams figure out how to defend certain things, right? And then here with this, teams have found the formula to go, wait, we cannot be steamrolled by the biggest, most powerful offensive line in football. We can figure out ways to stop the run because the pass game is so simple and there's certain plays and throws that the quarterback just won't throw. So that's what it looks like. I broke it down on my podcast last week. I mean, if you look at plays from the Cowboy game, there's people open everywhere when they can't score, in the second, third, and fourth quarter. But there's a quarterback that doesn't really go through the reads. He watches the rush. He doesn't throw the ball on rhythm, right? And I know he's told them that he doesn't want the offense to be crazy, right? So he doesn't. He's been very firm about it. I want the same way the offense was when we went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Chiefs the first time. So he's not going to allow them to reinvent the wheel and do different things there. So that's where everybody's got to get off the coaches. This is where the organization's going crazy because the public is pointing the finger at everybody except the guy that deserves the blame. And all the players and coaches know it's the quarterback.
All right, that is
How does Chris Sims know this?
Well, it's his assessment. What's your reaction, John?
Well, I think it's easy to say the passing game doesn't work when it hasn't worked for the last month. It's easy to look at it and say, hey, they fail throwing the football when remember what the conditions in these games have been. We've played other quarterbacks across the way who've been equally as miserable as Jalen throwing the football over the last month because it's been winds whipping and craziness.
Two out of 4 games.
All right, well, when they're trying to throw it. When we have had to throw it earlier in the season, there were occasions where it looked impeccable. And I'm just wondering, look, if it's too simple, they need to figure out that it's too simple. They need to assess as experts in football that it's too simple and say, hey, Jalen, too bad. And I don't know how Chris Sims knows all this.
Well, he talks to people, and also you just see tape. I mean,
sounds like he talks to people who have it out for someone.
Well, first off, a lot of people in there, I think, do have it out for Jalen because they're not happy they don't get the ball. And they're not happy the offense doesn't hum. And look, I don't think it's crazy talk. I think it makes a lot of sense. The reality is last year
I don't think it makes sense to do – it doesn't make sense to have an offense that is this basic. There is no way Jalen is that inept at understanding football, Joe. There is no way.
Johnny, he's not been very good in the passing game for most of his career, and he had a tremendous running game that he was a part of. But if he doesn't use his legs – I mean,
he has had to throw in the past, they have to devise the schemes. They have to devise the route combinations. They have to devise the timing. Like when he's complaining about the timing not working out, there's a reason.
Yeah,
when you're in shotgun, instead of like under center doing the 5-step, 7-step, like the West Coast specific footwork for the this stuff needs to be trained in a quarterback. we remember this from the Carson Wentz experience.
But this is year 6.
It was so right, and he's had a different offensive
doesn't
coordinator.
Matter.
Yes, it does.
That doesn't have anything to do with
because every single offensive coordinator is asking different things of him.
That has nothing to do with the footwork, the reading the defenses, and not escaping the pocket unnecessarily. It has nothing to do with it.
How do you? And again, the reading the defenses. That's my biggest problem. How does anyone in the world know?
John,
look
at the thing with NFL.
defenses.
Look at the thing with NFL Films last week that came out in Hard Knocks. He thought it was he had the wrong coverage in mind, and then he admitted to Devontae.
And that happens all the time.
But my point is,
you
it happens.
don't understand.
John,
it happens all the time. Joe Burrow's doing the same thing.
Here's what you don't understand. It happens more with him than most starting.
How do you know?
Because I know most starting NFL quarterbacks.
Don't know that.
Okay, I do. I can't prove it to you, but I feel 99% confident.
The MVP of the Super Bowl.
Yes, who had an incredible cast around him.
The MVP of the Super
played
Bowl
a great game.
has what?
Has what?
Misunderstanding of football happened to him more than other quarterbacks?
Don't dig in like this is breaking news that he's not that good in the passing game. He's got to start running. He's not good enough in the passing game to not run.
He's not special if he doesn't
have
that component.
Yeah. He's not.
He is special. And what we
better,
talked about
John, then he better run.
Hey, by the way, then he better run. The coaches devise the game plan too.
And he doesn't throw across the middle of the field.
What are you talking about?
What am I John, don't tell me you're going to do the whole he throws across the middle of the field thing again.
We throw outside. This is boiled outside. Down. If it's man coverage, we throw on the outside. That's it, obviously. That needs to change. That's not Jalen's choice.
He's got to pick it up. Let's go to the phone.
He's got to throw. They have to have a more elaborate route. They have to have route combinations that actually pry one another open at times against man, instead of just hoping for one-on-ones on the outside.
I'm surprised that John
is the coaches designing that.
Well, Sims is telling you, he's reporting, whether you want to believe it or not, he's reporting that they want to do that, and they don't think it works with Hurts, so they don't do it. I mean, that's what he's saying.
Well, I don't know how he knows that.
It's been many people have said it, John. For weeks
really.
now, people have been saying it.
Many people. Who are the many people?
Well, you heard Jimmy Kempski put in there that he doesn't want to run the ball anymore.
Doesn't want to run the ball. That's different than what we're talking about
here, right? But have you seen AJ's body language? What do you think AJ is unhappy about?
He's not getting the ball every down.
All right. Let's get some calls in here, but I obviously see it very different than John. Look, I'll say this. He better pick it up. Pick it up.
He is the reason that we have a chance to go and win another Super Bowl.
Well, he's part of the reason.
Our offense is very difficult to stop when it's balanced and properly going out there and extending drives.
Lately, Jalen's been the biggest problem.
We can't run the football.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
And somehow that's Jalen's fault.
We can run it if the quarterback runs it. They can run. Yeah. That's not a good part of their game?
That's worked this season?
Well, John, when he runs, it has worked.
Well, hold on. I'm with a little bit of both of you here. So, yes.
Saquon has half the yardage he had last season.
They'll run better if he runs, but they are not running fundamentally well enough independent of him running. The offensive line and Saquon aren't as good. I mean, we all know that. No breaking news there.